Morning, everybody. Hope you're having a really great day to start off. Today is National Mutt Day. So I have both of my pups in here. We'll see if they don't distract us, but it is their day, so we might get a little bit of distraction from them. This is Bella, and then you guys pretty much already know Bruno. Come here, Bruno. So they might play and wrestle around. They're a little bit feisty this morning. But so as we start our day off, we're going to come into a grounding practice this morning, really to ground into our presence, ground into the season, and to utilize this time to shift our focus from helping everyone else and doing all of these activities that come up during the season to shifting our focus onto ourselves. So close the eyes, find your comfortable seated position. And today I'm starting on my shins, but you can be on your glutes, sitting on your booty. You can have the legs crossed. You can have the legs out in front of you. And then the eyes are closed. We're just taking a few breaths to start making that shift. You'll soften the muscles in the face. Relax the jaw. And then just soften something else in the body. For me, I notice I'm squinting the eyes even though they're closed. So I'm going to try and soften right around the eyes. Maybe you need to relax your jaw. And then just take a few breaths. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And we'll begin our practice with our 3 cleansing breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale everything out. And then you'll do that 2 more times. Bigger inhale here. Open the mouth and slowly sigh everything out. And then a final time here, one last time. Big inhale in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. I want you to keep the eyes closed. Release the hands down to the thighs and just find some softness here. And as you find that grounding through the sit bones, lift through the center of the heart. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and we'll cross over the knees. Come into table pose just for a moment to find your foundation. Spread the fingers wide with the palms. Weight rotates inward towards the big creases between the pointer finger and the thumb. And then the knees are right underneath the hips, so you feel that 90-degree motion or position with the elbows and with the hips. And then as you press the ground away, we're going to tuck the toes under. Go ahead and lift the hips right away into downward facing dog. So got to bring some dog poses in here right away because of it being National Mutt Day. So as you come into your dog, it might be the first one this morning. Maybe pedal out the feet. Get into the ankles, the toes, maybe come up onto the tippy toes. Can even turn the feet. Get the tops of the feet. And then find stillness here. As you press the palms down and forward, leverage the heart closer to the front of the thighs. Soften the heels towards the floor. And take a couple of breaths here. Pull the belly button towards the spine. That's going to help you lift the sit bones a little higher. And then you'll take a full cycle of breath. And then let's inhale, come up onto the tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward. At the very bottom of your exhale, come to the top of your mat, maybe behind the hands. We'll see what Bruno's doing here. He likes to play with the shadows. So as you roll the weight into the toes, tuck the chin. You can grab onto opposite elbows like we normally do. You can keep the hands on the floor. But as that weight comes into the toes, see if you can lift the sit bones a little bit higher towards the ceiling. You might even bend your knees. And then so the heart's coming closer to the thighs. And then just let the body hang here. Takes a moment to wake up the spine and for the spine to know that you're giving it the time to release. So let's take maybe one more full breath here, letting go of everything completely. And then let's inhale, come up halfway. Fingertips can stay on the floor or you can bring the hands to the shins. Again, weight rolls into the toes, tuck the chin, stay lifted for one more inhale. And then exhale, come forward. Bend the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are going to touch overhead. And then exhale, pull the hands down to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Rotate the inner thighs towards one another. And then soften the sit bones down towards the floor. Release the hands to the sides of the body. Shine the palms forward. Take a full round of breath here. And then blink the eyes open. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Grab onto the left wrist. You're going to lean over towards the right side. I want you to ground through the left foot. Soften the left shoulder down the back. Just feel a nice stretch. And then inhale, come back to center. Switch wrists. Exhale over to the left. Ground through the right foot. Shoulder blade moves down the back. Take another full breath here. And then inhale, come back to center, come into a back bend, press the hips forward, look up, maybe interlace the fingers, leaving the pointer finger and thumb out for a little bit of leverage. And then exhale, let's hinge all the way forward. Inhale with a flat back, bring the hands to the shins or fingertips stay on the floor. And then exhale to fold forward. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into your downward facing dog. Sit bones lift nice and high. Heart comes closer to the front of the thighs. Take a full cycle of breath. Then let's inhale, right leg up. Look forward, plant the foot between the palms, come up onto your fingertips, and then reach the heart forward for our high lunge here. So before we come up, start in runner's lunge, reach the left heel back nice and far. Ground the ball of the right foot down into the floor. Take a full cycle of breath here. Shoulders soften. Inhale is going to lift us all the way up. Find your lunge now. Sink into the front knee. Bring the arms somewhere by the ears. Pinkies rotate in. Pull that left hip back. And then can you sink a little bit down, a little bit further down into that front knee. Soft shoulders. Take another full round of breath here. Hands are going to come to the hips. I want you to step your left foot in just slightly so that the heel can come to the floor, and you're going to straighten through your right leg. So ground both heels down into the floor. The feet are not on the same track, so make sure that they are separated. And then you can have the hands on the hips. You can bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the elbows if you would like. Wherever you choose, look down, press the ball of the right foot into the floor, but make sure you are not hyperextending the right knee. The inhale is going to lift us up tall through the spine. As you exhale, hinge halfway over the hips, or hinge at the hips over that right thigh. So I want you to tuck the chin, Reach the heart forward. And then at the same time, can you ground into the back foot? Feel the entire left foot sealed to the floor. Soft shoulders. Take another full breath here. And then you're going to release the hands down to the floor. Press all of the weight into that right foot. Extend the left leg back, coming into warrior three pose. So you can stay here. If you have a block, you can bring the hands onto the block. Reach the left heel back. And then on your next inhale, you can stay here or come up halfway. Poor little Bella has a little throat problem going on, so we might get to hear her funny little honking cough. So as you get distracted by the dog, stay in the pose. Keep grounding into that right foot and reach the left heel back. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Left foot's going to come down next to the right, come to stand. Hands come to the sides of the body, shine the palms forward. And then so as you ground the feet into the floor, lift the belly button up towards the chin. And take a full breath here. Just notice that strength that you've built in that right leg. And then the next inhale, arms lift up towards the ceiling. Grab onto the left wrist with the right hand. Lean over to the right side. Ground through the left foot. Inhale, come back to center. Switch wrists. Exhale, lean over to the left side. Ground through the right foot. Inhale, coming back to center. Little back bend here. Press the hips forward. Exhale, hinge all the way down. Inhale, find a flat back. Reach your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms. Step back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more cycle here. Feel the hips lifting a little bit higher. Press down and forward into the palms. The next inhale, you're going to lift your left leg up. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms. Come up onto your fingertips for your lunge. Reach the heart forward. Keep grounding into the ball of the left foot. Right leg is engaged, soft shoulders here. Take another round of breath. And then as you ground into the left foot, use the core in your inhale to lift you all the way up. Sink into your left knee, pull the left hip back and soften your shoulders. Belly button pulls up towards the chin. And take a full round of breath here. Take one more round, make any adjustments that you need to. Sinking into that knee a little bit more, maybe straightening through the back of the right hamstring. And then bring the hands down to the hips. Step your right foot in just slightly so that the heel comes to the floor. Straighten through the left leg. You can keep the hands at the hips or maybe bring them behind the back. If you are doing this, make sure that you grasp in the opposite way this time. The inhale will lift us up through the spine. And again, before we hinge forward, we're making sure to press the ball of the left foot down into the floor and not hyperextending through that left knee. So you might need to put a little bend in it. Inhale to grow tall, and then exhale, hinge all the way. Soften the shoulders. Keep the ears in line with the shoulders. And you're going to do that by lifting through the back of the head. Belly button pulls to the spine. And then just keep reaching the heart forward, pressing into both feet evenly. So as much as you're pressing into that left foot, feel the right foot planted to the floor. Take one more breath. Little bend in that knee. Release the hands all the way to the floor. Extend the right foot to the back of the room. Toes point down. Reach through the heel. And then you'll take a breath here. Modified warrior 3. You can choose to stay here. If you have a prop that you can use, you can go ahead and use a prop. You can also just bring the hands to the heart. Keep reaching that left heel back. Parallel the torso to the floor. You'll take another full round here. And then inhale to stand. Right foot comes next to the left. Pause here. Release the hands to the sides of the body. Close your eyes. Take a round of breath. Feel the feet grounding into the floor. A lift through the heart. Soft shoulders. When you're ready, blink the eyes open. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, come down into chair pose. Sit the sit bones down really far. You can bring the hands to the heart if that feels better. You can bring the hands to the hips. But just take a full breath here. One more breath in. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back, find downward facing dog. Reach the sit bones nice and high, hamstrings press backwards. Scoot the mat as far forward as possible. On your inhale, right leg is going to lift, look forward. Plant your foot between the palms. Spiral now the left heel down, and then you're going to inhale with the left arm, find warrior 2. Open the chest up to the wide side of the mat. Gaze over your front middle finger, and then you'll sink down into your front knee a little bit more. Scoop the right glute underneath the hip, and then feel the outer edge of the left foot sealed to the floor. Take another full breath. Bring the right forearm down to that right thigh. Left hand can extend straight up, can extend over that left ear. And if you do that, rotate the pinky down and the thumb up. And then if that's not working for you, then maybe you just keep your left hand, bring it back to the hip. Feel the bottom ribs rotating up towards the ceiling. Sink down a little bit more into that knee. Take a full round of breath. And then use your inhale, come back into warrior 2, sink into your front knee. Bring the hands to the hips, straighten through your front leg, and then parallel the feet to the short sides of the mat. Wide-legged here. Inhale to reach up and out of the heart. And then exhale, you're going to hinge halfway at the hips. Reach the heart forward. Keep feeling the entire foot on both sides sealed to the floor, and you're pressing through the outer edges of the feet. Take another breath in, roll the weight into the toes, and then exhale, release the hands underneath the shoulders, and you can hinge all the way. Take a full round of breath here, roll the weight back into the toes, pull the shoulders away from the back of the head. Maybe the head comes down to the floor, maybe it doesn't. You can grab onto the ankles. You can do whatever feels good here, but just take a couple of breaths. Inhale, come up halfway, rock the weight, into the toes, and then exhale, forward fold. Start to walk to the left foot now to the back of the mat. Keep that right foot in line with the front foot, so the front heel intersects with the back heel. And then when you're ready, let's windmill up and come into warrior 2 right away on the opposite side. So adjust your stance. Find that heel to arch alignment. Sink down into the front knee. Think about that left glute scooping underneath the hip so you can sink down a little bit more. And then open up through the chest. Take a full breath here. Belly button pulls up and in towards the spine. Relax maybe the jaw. Take another full round of breath. Left hand's gonna come down now to the left thigh. Bring that right hand to the hip. Can be straight up to the ceiling, or maybe it's over that right ear. Wherever you choose to be, we're gonna rotate the bottom ribs forward and then open up a little bit more through the chest. Take a full round of breath here. Use your inhale to come back into warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, walk back into center, parallel the feet back to the short edges of the mat, then rotate the weight into the toes. Tuck the chin, and then stay here with the palms right underneath the shoulders, rocking the weight into the toes. You can also start to walk the hands in line with the feet, pulling the belly button towards the spine, hinging forward. And then wherever you are in this moment, can you come back to your breath? And then just feel really connected to the surface that you're practicing on. Connected to your surroundings and connected to yourself. You're not wandering through life. You are actually present in this moment. And then let's inhale, come up halfway, rock the weight into the toes. And then exhale, put a little bend in the knees. Start to rotate forward back to the front of your mat. Step back into downward facing dog. And then just let the body settle here for a moment. Take a couple of breaths. If child's pose is more appropriate for you, go ahead and drop the knees. And then just take maybe 2 or 3 breaths. Let's inhale, come up high onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Bottom of your exhale, I want you to hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, reach the heart forward, weight into the toes. Then exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up. Palms are touching overhead, little back bend. Exhale, bring it into chair pose. Drop the sit bones, arms are right alongside the ears. Sit back as far as you can. Belly button pulls up towards the heart. Soften the shoulders. Take another big breath in and a full breath out. Your next inhale is going to bring you to standing. Hands come to the heart. Close the eyes. Full round of breath here. Blink your eyes open. Hands are going to come to the hips. I want you to take a deep breath in. Exhale to hinge halfway. Weight rolls into the toes. And then exhale all the way down. Bring the hands behind the back if that feels good. You can rest the thumbs on the sacrum if that feels better for the arms today. If you can, let's go ahead and start to lift the arms, straighten the arms without hyperextending the elbows, lifting the knuckles towards the ceiling. Weight into the toes, belly button to the spine. Soften the collarbone from the chin. And take another full breath. Release the hands all the way down to the floor. Inhale halfway, look down, but rock the weight forward. Exhale to forward fold. Let's widen the feet now as wide as the mat. Maybe the toes hang off. Inhale, find length through the hamstrings. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, drop the sit bones, come into a squat pose. Can put any props underneath the booty if you need a little bit of support. But then once you have that flexibility in the hips, I want you to let it all go. If this is only where you can get, that's totally fine. However, we're all dropping the sit bones back. I want you to start to let go through the hips, through the hamstrings. If you can, if you're dropped low, bring the hands together in front of the heart. Press the elbows to the inner thighs, and that's going to help the knees stay out towards the pinky side toe, and then lift through the heart. So notice how sometimes we'll start to hermit up like a turtle. See if we can lift up, soften the shoulders, let go of the tension in the sit bones. Feel the heart lifting towards the thumbs. And then, did you forget to breathe? Are you holding your breath? Take a full round here. And then very gently, we're going to bring the sit bones all the way down. Very, very gently. And then extend the legs out in front of you. Ground the sit bones. Inhale to lift up and out of the heart. And then let's exhale to hinge forward. You can grab on for the shins, the ankles. Maybe you can wrap the hands around the feet. And then reach the heart forward. Soften shoulders. Feel the sit bones grounding into the floor. And take a full round of breath. You'll tuck the chin, inhale to come all the way up. Find your comfortable seated position. So cross the legs, maybe close the eyes. Once you reground the sit bones into the floor, take a full round of breath. Muscles in the face are starting to soften even more. Maybe starting to notice that subtle shift from where you were to where you are now. And then you can keep the eyes closed, or maybe you bring a soft gaze into the eyes. Go ahead and walk the right fingertips out towards the right hip and bring that left arm all the way over the left side. You can bend through the right elbow if that feels good. Take a full round of breath here. Bring the left hand all the way down to the floor now. I want you to press the palms down. Tuck the chin. Take a full breath. And then let's inhale, come back to center. Switch the crossing of your legs. Bring that left hand out now. And then the right hand over that right ear. Soft shoulders. And just let the weight of the torso stretch the right side of the body. One more breath. And then right hand, is going to come all the way down to the left. Press both palms into the floor. Keep the sit bones grounded. Just feel that nice little stretch and twist into the body. And then the inhale, let's walk us back into center. Rise all the way up. Bring the hands together in front of the heart and close your eyes. And take a full breath here in. A full breath out. Before we move, I want you to set your intention for your day. With this softness in the mind, from our moving meditation. Now you can feel and see a little bit clearer now. So how do you want your day to go? What do you expect from yourself? How do you expect the outcome to look? When you're ready, let's take our 3 cleansing breaths to close our practice. Take a big, deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Again, inhale and exhale. Final time, big inhale and a full exhale. And then when you're ready, you can blink the eyes open, lift the chin. Namaste. Well, thanks guys for your practice today and your time. I hope that the dogs didn't distract you too much. They were a little bit distracting this morning. But remember, if you do have your mutts around, give them a big hug, maybe give them a little extra treat today, and just be thankful for their companionship and just their unrelentless love for us. The dogs love us, and there's really just nothing else like a pet. So as you think of that gratitude today, I hope you take that into your day. And I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a really great day. Hope to see you on Friday at 9 a.m. Have a great day.